Hey, this is Steve Domenico from Regional Fight Sports here in the room, and I have a special guest on tonight who is announcing a big fight that he has on October 12th for Bellator. But more than that, he became a hero over the past weekend in Chicago while he was visiting for a wedding. And we're going to let Camron tell the story, and we're going to talk about his fight, of course, but also, you know, I want to really talk about the story because there's some details out there that were set out by the news that are not as accurate as they're saying. So we want to clear that up with Camron because he is a hero along with some friends. And we're going to clear that up and get that out there and then talk about this huge matchup he's got going. So stick around. Camron's coming up right now. I'm happy to announce that Camron's on the phone right now, and we're going to talk about his fight and this past weekend adventure in Chicago. Welcome to the show, Camron. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, I'm good. How you doing, Steve? How's everything there?
Everything's good, man. Dude, first off, congratulations on the signing for Bellator 207, October 12th. You're announced that you're fighting Sean Lally for Bellator at Mohegan Sun, man. Congratulations, bro.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm very excited about the fight. I'm excited about every fight, to be honest. Not that I'm a violence guy, I just love the sport. Yeah, it should be a big fight, exciting, date, and there should be a big fight at the card, so it won't be a boring night.
No, not at all. We got Metrione and Bader headlining it, and then also I just saw that Roy Nelson is going to be on that card, co-main. So that's going to be a huge card right in Connecticut, right in New England, and you're fighting a New England guy, man. So this is big, big, big news for New England and that welterweight division you guys are on top of.
Yes, obviously I would want somebody outside of the New England or somebody like, from totally outside of this area, but, it is what it is. I don't mind fighting a guy, whatever it is they put in front of me, I have to face it. At the end of the day, it's just a sport, no hard strings attached, so.
Excellent, buddy. Well, dude, let's get back to that in a minute and talk about that matchup. But first, let's talk about this past weekend. You were at a wedding in Chicago, and you came across an accident on the highway. Why don't you take us just right to that point, driving down the highway and what you've seen and what basically happened and what you can remember?
So it was, I believe it was on Saturday after around, let's say around 5:36, maybe a little after 6 p.m. We were heading towards the wedding venue on I-88, somewhere around exit 123 or 133 in Naperville, Illinois. A couple of my buddies that were driving, and we saw like a huge, big smoke of just smoke coming out of nowhere and big traffic. So my buddies started using the emergency line just to see what's happening and drove a little ahead. That's when I noticed actually cars took a flame and started burning that, and everybody was screaming, running around, and it was right around that the blocks that divide two highways. So I saw a person jumping around. I believe it could be a boyfriend or somebody else. That because the car was on flames, and there's two cadet police officers that were trying to stop the fire using the extinguisher. But to be honest, it wasn't really working, and I didn't really see who was inside or not. I don't know why they were jumping so, yelling. And then the closer we got, I saw a person inside. There was a girl inside, and that's when I asked my friend to stop immediately. And me and another friend ran out of the cars, tried to get close to the car, but it was really hot, and the flames were like high. When I believe one of the cadets pulled us back, saying that don't go. It could be too late already. It can explode. The car can explode any second. And at that moment, to be honest, I didn't even think about anything. I just said a prayer and just ran into the car, tried to break the door, which I was unsuccessful. The only thing I broke was a plastic cover top of the door. Couldn't break the door loose. So I saw her like she was kind of unconscious. And my other friend was trying to pull the door, and then he's like, "Oh, let's break the windshield." And I saw him jump. I believe he jumped on top of the hood and started kicking the windshield because I just got the underhooks because she was a little bigger girl, and when she got conscious, she started asking me like, "What are you doing? What's happening?" And I was like, "Just push yourself, push yourself." It's like the fire was already in the back, and I was scared that it's gonna explode because it was right next to the gas tank. And she's like, "Why do you want me to push myself? What's happening?" I was like, "I don't have time. Just start pulling her out." You know, I had 2 underhooks around her body and just start pushing her out. And I pulled her out. I pulled her out, and then my other friend helped me out to carry her a little bit further. And we got away maybe like 10, 15, maybe 30 seconds to be realistic. The whole car was like on big flame and just burning. And then a second car started burning hard too, and that's when we tried to even move further down, like 20, 30 feet away, just to make sure it doesn't explode and we don't get in trouble.
Now, Cameron, when you said you pulled her out of the car, it was just you and your friend that pulled her and dragged her away? That's what you remember, you and your friend pulling her and dragging her away from the fire, correct?
Yes, 100% positive. I could be wrong, I'm a human, but as I remember at that moment, all I heard was my friend telling, "Just break the window," because he was the one kicking. I still have some scratches, but it's very small. And like, it was funny that I had some blood on me because she had caught on her head, I believe, and face. Definitely didn't have anybody because I was struggling to pull her out. She was, like I said, she was either stuck there because of the airbags were deployed and the door was jammed. And you could imagine, the door window is small. Mm-hmm. So I had a hard time pulling her out. And as soon as I pulled her more than half of her body, just start dragging out. And my friend helped me out. We just, pulled her, safer to the, 20, 30 feet away to the safe side.
Wow. Now, Cameron, was her seatbelt on? Did you have to take a seatbelt off? Do you remember that part, or was it?
I don't recall.
Okay.
That, I'm not going to lie, make up a story, act like, oh, I did something special here, but I don't recall that. All I remember was, I was just pulling as hard as I could. When you train for the MMA, sometimes you have those big dummies, and you just hug around, start suplexing.
Yeah.
I just had that lock and tried to pull her out, so I can't say yes, there was a seatbelt or no, there wasn't a seatbelt.
But you're right. You used your MMA skills being a hero, man. That's awesome stuff, bro. Hey, now was there other people around? Watching? Not that you could pay attention to. There was a lot of people around. Now, were you dressed up going to this wedding? Were you all dressed up?
Oh yeah, you can see on the picture I was dressed up nice and ready for the wedding. You probably follow. You see my wedding day.
Yeah. Now,
and I had to take my top jacket off from the suit because it was kind of a material I couldn't move. It was kind of tight, and I thought it would catch on flame really quick. So I took it off, threw it away, and I still just ran into it. I saw tons of people watching, just standing and recording. I got mad first. I was like, what the heck? If there is a person, why did they come up to the car and save her?
So there is
at one point, I knew that they were scared that it can explode, everyone could die.
Yeah. It took you to stop. There's always one, or hopefully one, that's going to, take that chance and jump in there. So you do believe other people were taking some video of what was going on, right?
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
I even had a guy drove by, stopped, shook my hand, said, "Oh, you're this and that." I was like, "No, man, everyone should do this. Nothing wrong." He's like, "Oh, I have this on video, a Snapchat or something."
Wow.
I don't know which one was it. I was like, "Yeah, I don't need anything. I don't care. There's nothing extra I did,
Yeah, well, here's the thing, Cameron, which the way you talked to that guy, you were just going to let it go. You saved someone. You went on your way. You left the scene after, you seen that the woman was okay, and you went along your way to the wedding. Come to find out, what did you find out after that? Because you posted some stuff on social media that you weren't happy about the cadets that were actually had the fire extinguisher. Can you talk about what pissed you off kind of about that? You know, and then we'll just talk a little bit about it.
Yeah, so we drove to the wedding. I had to change my clothes and stuff, but I couldn't find it, so I just kept it on, washed it off, had some blood on it. And one of my friends, he joked about it. He's like, watch, this shit will be on the news, sorry for the language. And saying that, like, watch, they're going to make them, or some, you know, we thought they were troopers. It's like, watch, they're going to act like they're the heroes, you know, they saved everyone. And I'm like, nah, man, it's like, come on. I don't think they're that low to go to do something like that. And we just closed the subject, you know. For me, it wasn't anything special. So the next day, I flew back to Springfield, Mass, West Springfield, and a couple of my friends contacted me saying that, oh, can you send me videos if you have anything? I was like, no, I don't have anything. You know, I just had a couple of pictures who sent it to me, and that's it. And the second day, we got contacted by some random person, and one of my friends actually saying that, oh, check this out. There's already an interview and a video they made saying that, oh, 2 team cadets, you know, being a local heroes, saving this girl's life. For a first impression, I just laughed. I was like, whatever. You know, I didn't say anything, didn't respond to it. Then people kept calling me. I was like, bro, you got to respond to this. You got to, you know, expose them. I'm like, come on, man, it's just kids, whatever. As long as she was alive, you know, she got dead, I don't care. But then the more people wrote to me and asked me to post this, and more I watch this, it gets like, come on, like, why the flip would you do this, you know? One of them says that, oh, we saw this, we stopped, and we ran over, we made sure everyone's safe, and I caught her, or whatever, she caught, or her partner caught her seatbelt, and I pulled her out, and I was like, oh my God. It pissed me off right there. I was like, who the fuck is this guy?
Well, hold, Cameron, right now, I'm going to play the reporter and what they said, okay? It's only, what, like a minute clip or so? So let's just hear a little bit about that. I can't show the video, but I do believe I can play it. So hold on.
You'll just see coming at us just 2 fireballs. We stop, we sprint down, and then we hop the median. And that's when we could see truly the devastation that ensued after the crash. All that crossed my mind was getting everyone in those vehicles out and just making sure everyone was safe. And I noticed that the seatbelt was still on her, so I went back around to the driver's side and cut the seatbelt off with my knife. So we all started pulling at the door, and it finally broke loose. And we lifted her up and set her down about 20 feet away. And right after that, about 20 seconds later, I'd turn around, and you could see the whole car was up in flames, inside and out.
Quietest story they have to share with us. By the way, the woman that they rescued from that burning car, she was treated. This picture was taken.
Dude, so that's what crossed his mind, but that's not what happened. What you've seen. So,
well, he might have put people away that don't get close, it will explode.
Yeah.
But I think the second body says that I cut the seatbelt and pulled her out.
Yeah. So that's where, I mean, there's no doubt they were on the scene and they were trying to help at some point.
100%. I give them credit for using. Like at one point, I was like, "What the fuck you doing? A fire extinguisher on my face?" You know, like I couldn't see anything.
Oh Jesus, that's all. Not that it's awesome, but yeah, they're kids. You're telling them, "What the hell? Let's get the hell out of here." So, but they just heightened the story, and you know. We did talk to a reporter, another MMA reporter that did call the police station, and they said that the news sensationalized it a little more. But you do mention the cadet did say that he did cut the seatbelt and drag them out, and you're saying just you and your friend were the ones that dragged her out. So they are stretching a lot of the truth here. So, and you just wanted to get that out. You didn't want credit for this until you actually.
No, hell no.
Until you. Yeah.
I just want everybody to act the same way. And then they're teenagers.
Yeah.
If they grow up being the same attitude and they become a state trooper or serviceman. And I feel like it will affect them. I'm not trying to bust their balls, they're liars, this and that. feel like media played a role too, and because I did get in contact with the reporter in Chicago, which I was told that first impression when the what's it called, the news came there, without any cameras, they gave an interview saying that there were two people, one that was dressed up in a suit, and the second one was just in a shirt, that actually pulled her out and everything. And I do have that, you know, they mentioned that the person who took the interview, she says, I don't know why when we started recording the video, they changed the story. But they did mention about you guys saying that, you know, we didn't do anything. It was the, you know, some random people that pulled her out and all that.
Well,
but then when they went on a recording over an hour,
yeah,
you know, they said, you know, I was just, you know, I just went with the flow. You know, they told me this, that, and we just recorded that.
Well, there you go, buddy. I mean, they had some time to think about it. They're kids. They did do something positive in here, but you know, we just wanted to we wanted to hear it from you because it is all over social media in New England right now, because you are one of our, you know, one of our champions in New England, and you know, we want you to have credit, even though you don't want the credit, but you know, you did save somebody's life, and you know, I commend you, and New England commends you for that. So with that said, brother, let's talk a little bit about this fight, and then I'll let you be on your way, man. When did you find out about this matchup? When I know
one last thing I wanted to mention about this, just a very interesting story. If it was just God's plan, I believe that I wasn't supposed to be there. I wasn't supposed to drive by there at that time. My friend told me to come at this location where we were supposed to meet up, and he thought I was taking an Uber from the airport. But I rent a car, so I drove there. He goes like, oh, damn, if I knew you'd rent a car, I would have you drive to my house, shower, and then straight to the wedding, so we would lose extra 30, 40 minutes. And it got, like, I just see this as a God's plan that the misunderstanding between me and my friend, you know, led us to this accident, and I guess, you know, we saved the girl there.
Yes.
Out of nowhere.
You were there for a reason, brother, definitely. You were put there for a reason, and that's a definite right there. And, you know, great that you were there, brother, and now great that you got a huge matchup, man, with Sean Lally. You know, Sean was on a huge winning streak, knocking people out in New England. He went on the Contender Series. He had a very good fight there with Chris Curtis. He lost that fight, but he had a good showing, and now he's matched up with you, brother. And, you know, like you said, you don't care who you're fighting. But what do you think of Sean? You must know him. He's fought at, you know, all over the place in New England. He's a big name. What are you thinking about Sean as an opponent?
I think it should be a great fight, to be honest. I don't know him much. I don't usually search guys or study guys very much. I just go do my thing, let them study me. You know, let them solve me. I'm not trying to be tacky about anything. I don't really give a fuck who I'm fighting, you know. You just put someone on the street, I'm not going to say, oh, he's big or he's strong, he's the wrestler, he's the boxer. I'm not going to fight him or study him for half a day. You just go into a fight and brawl. So this is going to be the exact same plan for me. I'm just going to go out there and brawl. I got one plan, you know, to come out of that cage alive, you know, with no injuries, but hand raised.
Excellent. And he's coming into your world because I do believe this will be your third fight for Bellator?
Yes, I believe this is my third fight.
And I do believe you have 2 wins for them, correct, too?
Correct, yeah.
So this is big for you, brother, in that welterweight, welterweight division. You're coming off a huge first-round win back at Neff, where you won the vacant welterweight title there, you know, and real quick there. And you had another matchup, promotion coming into town. We were getting ready. We were like a few days away from it, and they crumbled in front of us, and you were left with no fight, correct?
Yeah, I got 3 fights that canceled. I mean, even after that belt fight for NEF, I was supposed to fight 2 weeks after for the Bellator. It had Casey on the card. It did not work out for some circumstances. It wasn't right, I guess. So then the next fight got canceled, and the opponent got injured. They changed the opponent. And at the end of the day, they found me an opponent from Vegas, and the whole show the whole promotion
gets crumbled. So, I was the one that broke that story too. I think I threw that on social media. Everyone's like, what? And then it came out to be true. It was like, friggin' they had to leave. There was some, they lost some fights there due to bigger things for them fighters. So things happen, man, and they happen for a reason. You got a huge Bellator fight coming. Brother, where do you think this puts you, in that division? You love Bellator. You want to be there in the, the top. What do you think this fight does for you for the Bellator eyes? So you need to put on a show, correct?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think of this every fight, not just this fight. Doesn't matter if I'm fighting local for anybody here, PFC or NEF, or for me, it's all the shows. I want people to enjoy that, get their money, whatever they pay for it. I want them not to just sit there in the boring fight. But at the same time, I believe I need to worry about my record and winning the fight and being smart. But I'm not trying to just sit in there and lay and, hug and cuddle with the guys. I believe this is the time where either you shine or you just go away.
And, as far as this fight, I know Sean very well, seeing him all over the, I've interviewed him a few times. He's a good dude. He's a banger dude. He's going to want to stand there and trade with you because, that was his whole last fight with Chris Curtis. So, it's going to be an exciting matchup here because you got a big banger and you got you that grinds people and picks them apart and takes them into deep waters, man. So, I'm looking forward to this. This card's shaping up. We got Kimball on this card from, I think he's from Connecticut also. Well, you're from Springfield, but, we got a couple of big New England names coming in here. Do you know any other rumblings? Any other fighters from your camp maybe getting calls from Bellator to come on this card also?
I do know, but I'm not going to mention. I don't know if they'll get in trouble. So I'll let you break the news,
All right. So I'll be looking around for a certain somebody's post in the next few days, I guess.
Okay. I just don't want, all this news breaking out of me. And don't let you run your mouth.
Nah, I'm good, man. I'm good. Nah, it's all about you right now, brother. The card's going to be awesome. Dude.
I'll tell you that at least another one or two people from my team should be fighting on that card. I'll give you that inside note from there.
All right, my man. And I'll be down Team Link, Ludlow. Getting an interview with all you guys in the cage there. You got your AMI fighter there, Chris. He's going to be fighting in New York, I do believe, not too far away. So you got a lot of things happening in that Team Link crew over there.
Yeah, so we got a good successful camp right now going on. Almost finished the first week. I love it. Call out all the guys that are out there who wants to get some rounds of sparring, come down, always welcome, no ego. Once you're into the Team Link property, it's all, love and helping each other. So anybody's welcome to come and, get some rounds of training. Either it's sparring, kickboxing, boxing, or grappling.
Excellent. You got it all there, and you're producing monsters. Last question to you, buddy. The last two or three times I've interviewed you, you've been fasting. Do you have to fast during this fight? What's going on with that? Can you eat? What's going on?
Yes, thank God. No, I got a good diet going. I got regular schedule, not fasting. So, it's all good, not fasting this time, yeah.
Excellent, brother. And, the last fight, you fasted kind of, you fasted during a fight and the thing didn't happen. But, now you're with Bellator, contracts are signed. This is a done deal, brother. So I'm looking forward to see you on October 12th. And, I'll be down Team Link to get a couple more words with you as, the fight gets closer, bro.
All right, brother. Thank you. I appreciate it. Good odds to Dominican 101. Thanks to always taking care of all the fighters locally. And not you, nobody would hear our voice. What can I say? Thank you, man. God bless you.
Excellent, man. Great story, Cameron. I'm glad you cleared that stuff out for us. And, I hope that the needy